friends, I wanted to make a video real quick about some of my favorite no-sew patterns. Some of them are paid patterns, most of them are free patterns. But I just wanted to share some of my favorite market patterns. Most of these I've brought to markets before, so I know how they sell. And some of them I have not, but I have a good feeling about them. But anyway, some of these aren't technically no-sew, but I have been able to adapt them to make them no-sew, and I will show you or tell you how I do that. And I have a lot of them here in my stock already, but if I do not have them, I will put a little picture right here of like the listing on Etsy or on Instagram. But anyway, let's just get right into it. I'm gonna start with the ones that are paid for patterns and then move on to the free ones. So the first, I have my list here, sorry. The first pattern on my list is my Fergus the Fox pattern. It is completely no-sew, which is really cool for how big it is. I wish I had one with me right now, but I do not. But I will put a picture right here. It's on my Etsy. I'll link all these patterns down below. But yeah, it's been a really good seller for me. I sell them for $20 and they always sell out. So I would definitely recommend getting that pattern and using it, and it would be supporting me, which is nice too. Anyway, then the next pattern I have is Capybara from Plushie Co. on Etsy. It also works up really fast for how big it is. It has sold well for me in the past as well. Again, I do not have one with me because they sell really well. But anyway, that is another good one that like is pretty big pretty quickly, so you can sell it for like a decent price point if you're doing a market. The next pattern I have is the shrimp from Beans Crafty on Etsy. This is technically one of the ones that's like low sew and not no sew, but what I do, usually you like make a chain for the antenna and then you sew it on, and for the tail too. But I will just shove my hook in there, do the amount of chains it says, and then slip stitch back down. And the same for the tail. I just kind of do the same, like use the same pattern, but instead of doing it separately off of the shrimp, I just stick my hook in there and then crochet it that way. And that is a way to make it no-sew. And he is adorable. Love this little guy. The next one is I don't remember if it's like the baby kitty or the kitten, but like the smallest kitten that Annie Caraway Art does on Etsy. Usually you crochet the tail separately and then sew it on. Did this one where on like the third or fourth round at the top center, I just did a couple chains and then slip stitched back down. And I think it turned out just fine, and it looks cute still. I could make it a little bit longer, but anyway, it looks cute either way. So this is low sew, and then this is no sew. His tail looks really funny to me. I think I made it too big. But anyway, I love this little pattern, and it definitely works up faster than her like big normal kitty size. The next pattern I have, I did a pattern test for Katie Being Creative a long time ago, but it's this like little no-sew dinosaur. It comes in a pattern pack and then you can buy it separately as well, but it's just a really cute little dinosaur. It's small, it works up fast, it's just a good pattern. I really like it, and really good market seller as well. And the last paid pattern I have is the little Drift the octopus. This is no-sew, and it's wild because it's large and it's so cool. I really like this pattern. I have not sold it at a market yet, but I would definitely recommend getting this pattern. I do the one without he has like a little finger puppet variation, but I don't do that. because it's extra work, but it's still no sew, I believe. But anyway, this is a really good pattern, did I say already, by the Crochet Carpenter on Etsy. I love this little drift, the octopus. Now we can move on to everybody's favorite, the free patterns. So the first of the free patterns I have is the Pocket Penguin by, how do you say this? Missionia? I don't know how to pronounce that, but I have made several of these little fellas in a bunch of different colors. I like doing a darker head color and then a lighter body color, and they are very fast. I had never made a penguin before, but people always asked me for penguins at my markets, and I was like, it's just a lot of color changing, but it really, like, it's not very many rounds for the little face. So I would absolutely recommend this pattern. The next one I have is, this one isn't actually finished, but this is the Bookworm from Lou Marmot on Instagram as well. There we go. Well, it looks kind of silly, but anyway, you tie these ends, you weave them in, and you put a little eye on it, and it's like a bookmark that looks like a worm. When I took these to my last market, they sold out. It was like the first thing to sell out because it's like not very much yarn, and you can sell it for really cheap. I think I sold them for, it might have been $3 or $2, something like that. Anyway, very worth it, especially because books are getting very popular these days. People are like super into books. The next pattern I have here, which I see on pattern roundups a lot, but it's just a really good pattern, is the duck in the frog hat by Aki's Plushies on Instagram. It is a very good seller. It's very cute and it works up really fast. The next pattern is this Pocket Octo by KP Crocheted Creations. I really like this one. I like the way that the little tentacles work up. It's like, it's not bobbles, it's just working, I can't remember if it's half double crochet. I think it might be half double crochet into the stitch, but I doubled the yarn with this one and used a bigger hook, so this one is a lot bigger than they normally turn out. Usually they're a little bit smaller, but I just really like this octopus pattern. It's just my favorite one. Next, I have two otter patterns that I really enjoy. There is this smaller one by Lulu Grace Makes. He's very cute. He's technically not no-sew, but what I do is I make the ears beforehand and I create part of the body, and then I just put them in there and then tie them on instead of sewing them in, which makes it no-sew and a little bit faster to make. And then there is another otter pattern that I like that's like a little bit bigger of an otter, not this big, but anyway, it's a bigger otter from Chloe Plushies on Instagram as well. And that one is no-sew because they do bobbles for the ears instead of separately crocheting them. The next one I don't have this one finished either, but it's a mini chicken from Stitched by Nanette on Instagram as well. It's just like, it works up like the normal Mabel chicken pattern basically, but it's little. You can put it on a keychain, and this is like a really good scrap yarn project because it's so little, and then you just crochet the comb and the beak and put the eyes in and stuff, and it is just the perfect little tiny chicken for a good price. If somebody doesn't want your big chickens, you can offer them little chickens for a little bit less. Next I have this pocket teddy. This one is a little one. It is by, where am I? the llama crochets on Instagram. I have this big fat yarn. This is the size it normally is in Bernat. Most of these are in Bernat. I should have said that to start out with. I use Bernat blanket yarn and a 6mm hook on most of these things. But this one, I don't remember what this yarn is. It's been in my stash for a long time. It's this big fat yarn. And I used like a 9 or 10mm hook with this guy, and he is precious. He's a big fatty, and I love him. But anyway, this is like totally no sew, easy, quick pattern. You can sell it for cheap, and I think it's really cute. They turn out really cute. Next is another one of my patterns. It is called the Mushroom Pop Frog. It's a little fidget fella. I have 2 little variations here. And again, no sew, really easy and quick in one of my patterns. You can support me. It's free on my Instagram. And it's fun. People really like it. These sell really well at my markets. People like that it's a fidget sort of toy, which I also enjoy. Next is the baby corn from Pieces of Scrap. This is a free pattern that she does on her Instagram. I just like, it's just so cute. Look at this little guy. How can you say no to this little face? How could you say no? You can't. Anyway, this is a well-written pattern. Again, free on Instagram. It's very cute, a very good seller. I don't know why. People like obscure things, like the shrimp and the corn. People like that. It is a good idea to bring some weird things to your market. People like them a lot. Just a couple left here. This one is another octopus type pattern. I call it the Squiggly Octo. It's from passionatecrafter.com, and they call it the No So Mini Octopus. It's, again, so fast to make, and it's got the really cute little tentacles that people enjoy. They like the longer tentacles as opposed to tentacles that you can't really play with, but I mean, they're both great. But anyway, I like this one. If you're not like in the mood for something that's quite as realistic, this one is really nice, and it's fast and easy. And then last 2, there is this No Sew cow from Nooks_hooks on Instagram as well. I really like this fella. It's like, the pattern is a little bit different, but they said they did like an updated pattern that you can pay for, but they say what they did to update it, because the nose kind of ends up a little bit lopsided, but I still think it's really cute, and these sell pretty well. I think he's adorable. He's just a really cute little cow. And the last pattern I have is a new release of mine. It's a free pattern on my Instagram. It's the little tiny baby pocket monster. I don't know, he's just kind of precious. I feel like he would do really well if you have like a claw machine at your market. And it has 5 rows in it, and you only use 1 safety eye, so it's like such a money saver. You can totally use any scrap yarn you have. He's just really precious, and I really love him, and I hope that you guys find the pattern and make him, because I want to see somebody make him, because I think he's so funny. And he's so wee. He's a little fella. Anyway, that is all I have for you. Those are all of the patterns in my little no-sew market prep friendly pattern review dealio. Thank you for listening and for watching, and I hope that this helps you in maybe doing your first market, or just to find some inspiration for some quick and easy patterns that will be really good sellers for you at your markets or online or whatever. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye!